Sweet. This is UMAR AHMED for IFL TV in association with MTK Global from Las Vegas. I'm joined by two Aussies who somehow got to Las Vegas safely in this crisis we're going at through the minute and throughout the world. Jason Moloney, Andrew Moloney, two twins. How you doing, boys?
We're going great, mate. Thanks for having us on.
Yeah, going good.
No problem. Do you want to just clarify for the viewers who's Andrew and who's Jason?
I'm Jason.
And I'm Andrew.
That's Andrew.
Obviously, you're both out in action in 3 weeks, beginning your journey with Top Rank. Must be buzzing about it.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. We're so grateful and so excited to be over here. Obviously, with everything that's going on in the world, we're a bit worried at one stage that we wouldn't be fighting for quite some time, and it just all happened so fast. We're over here now, and in 3 weeks' time, we'll both be headlining shows at the MGM Grand, and just an absolute dream come true. So, yeah, just so excited and working really hard, and cannot wait to fight.
What was it like meeting Bob Arum?
Yeah, no, really good. We've met Bob before, just briefly a few times over the years, but since signing with Top Rank, that was our first official meeting with Bob. And yeah, we went into the office yesterday and met with the whole team, and they're super excited that we're over here, and they're looking forward to watching us both in action in a couple of weeks' time. So yeah, we're pumped for the future. Obviously, it's massive for us to be signed with Top Rank, and we're wrapped with the opportunities they've given us both to headline huge shows over here in a couple of weeks. So we're just going to grab that opportunity with both hands and make sure we really impress them in a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah, how did that signature for both of yourselves come around with Top Rank? It's a huge thing.
Say that again, mate.
How did the process of you signing for Top Rank come about for the both of you?
Well, it's sort of pretty hard in Australia, I think. I think we sort of went the hard route and really established ourselves over there. We had a local promoter, Hoskin Promotions, who helped us sort of build our career to a certain level, and he took us as far as he could. And when we initially worked with him, he said, look, I'd love to get you boys to a point in your career where you get picked up by someone like a Top Rank. And it all worked out perfectly. He took us as far as we could go, and we got to a stage where we were both highly rated in all sanctioning bodies. And all we needed was a powerhouse promoter that could give us the opportunities and give us the big fights that we wanted to be a part of. And our manager, Tony Tolch, spoke with a few different promotion companies, and as soon as we heard Top Rank were interested, well, that's who we wanted to be with. They've got proofs in the pudding. They've created so many superstars in the sport throughout the years, and I see them as the number one promoter in the world. And for us to be with them now, and for them to be able to give us these big fights, it's just so exciting. And yeah, we can't wait to start our journey with our Top Rank debuts.
How did you even start boxing? Because Australia, let's say, isn't known majorly for its boxing. So how did that even come about?
Yeah, that's right. Australian rules football is sort of the big thing over in Australia. That's what every kid sort of grows up wanting to play, and we were the same. We wanted to be AFL footballers. That was our dream. And when we were 13 years old, we started training for boxing just to keep fit in the pre-season for football. So yeah, we initially just got started for extra fitness, but we just fell in love with the sport and really enjoyed the training and the competitive side of it. And then after a few years, we decided to start with some amateur fights, and next thing you know, we're fell in love with the sport and we're professionals, and now it's our life.
Do you get a lot of Australians messaging you, especially young fighters, let's say, kind of trying to draw inspiration from yourselves?
Yeah, we do sometimes get a few people sort of messaging, I'm just starting out, what advice can you give, and things like that. And basically, you just got to give this sport everything you've got. As Andrew touched on, when we first started boxing, we got off to a rough start. I lost my first 3 fights, and Andrew lost his first 7 fights. But at that stage, we were playing footy at the same time as we were boxing. We're only boxing a couple of times a week. But then instead of giving up on boxing, we said, nah, let's give this everything we've got. We quit football. We started boxing every day and started giving the sport absolutely everything we've got. And quickly the results changed, and we both went on a big winning streak and got in the Australian team and started traveling the world and going to the big international tournaments. And basically there's no secret to success with this sport. You got to be all in. You got to be extremely dedicated, extremely committed, and work very hard. And hopefully people that see us and see the way we've gone about our journey can draw inspiration, and hopefully we can inspire the younger generation in Australia to pick up boxing and help grow the sport as much as we can in Australia.
Definitely. How long was the flight to Las Vegas?
Oh, it's not sure. About 20 hours all up.
Wow.
Yeah, with a few detours and a few stopovers. But yeah, it's a long journey. Because there's no travelling allowed at the moment. We had like the poor man's business class. We all had a full aisle to ourselves, and we could lay down and get a good sleep on the way over here. So it wasn't too bad this time.
Have you got that fight feel yet?
Well, not really, because the strip's still closed at the moment. So I believe the hotels are just starting to open up, and obviously with the show starting this weekend or next weekend, then I think that's when things are really going to start to build and that atmosphere will start to come. It's obviously not going to be like a normal Vegas fight week, because there's not going to be any crowds, and there's only a handful of hotels I think that are open. But we're just wrapped that we're able to fight and headline these shows, and there's going to be a lot of people watching on TV. So, it's going to be the biggest audience we've fought in front of, even though there's going to be no crowds there. And we're just going to make sure that we're in exciting fights and we make a good impression.
Yeah. For people who haven't seen you before, what kind of styles can we expect from you? I'll go to you first, Andrew.
It's hard to explain my style, because I think I can adapt and box heaps of, many different styles. I basically just adapt my game plan to whatever's going to be the easiest way to beat the opponent that's in front of me. So Franco that I'm fighting is a good fighter. He throws a lot of punches. He'll stand there and want to trade, but I think my boxing ability is far better than his, and I think I'm going to outbox him and just be too good for him on the night.
Jason?
Yeah, it's similar style. A bit of an all-rounder. I don't mind being a counter puncher, and I can also go forward when I need to put the pressure on. But ultimately, I think I'm just a bit of a boxer puncher. I think I pack quite good power for a bantamweight and a bit of a sharp shooter. So if I can land those shots, which I tend to be able to do, I think my accuracy is one of my greatest assets. So just a bit of an all-rounder with good power.
I'll put this question into two questions. I know you guys said that you kind of followed other sports and you wanted to play in the AFL, but did you always have a keen eye on boxing, and were you boxing fans, let's say, growing up? And also, in terms of today's scene, who do you look up to and kind of draw inspiration from for your own style? Who's your favourite fighters?
Yeah, well, it's funny. We were I think we were 10 years old, and Santa Claus thought it'd be a good idea to give a couple of twin boys a pair of boxing gloves each for Christmas one year. And that's what really got us into boxing. We used to put them on in the living room and just beat the crap out of each other for hours straight. And that's what sort of first introduced us to boxing. And I think, seeing it on TV, maybe a few Rocky movies and things like that, that's the only thing that really drew us to the sport. And it was just our competitive nature, wanting to beat each other, that really drove us to take up boxing. And as we said earlier, it was when we hit 13, a few years later, we just took it up for fitness. A lot of the AFL clubs back home were doing a bit of boxing during pre-season as their sort of cross fitness training, and we thought we'd give it a shot. We enjoyed putting the gloves on in the living room and going at it, so we thought it might be a bit of fun and good for our fitness. So that's what drew us to the sport.
But yeah, to follow on with that, when we first even started out in the amateurs, we didn't really watch too much professional boxing. I think we started watching quite a lot of amateur boxing when we were first in the amateurs, but as we drew nearer towards the end of our amateur careers, we really had a big love for professional boxing. And one of the first fighters we started really idolising was an Australian fighter called Danny Green, who was our idol and really made us want to follow his footsteps and turn professional. And then these days, I watch heaps of boxing. I'm a massive boxing fan. I watch fights every single day, and I try and pick different things from different fighters and sort of bring them into my own style. I love watching guys like Canelo and Lomachenko, Terence Crawford, Tyson Fury. Just a big range of different fighters who I enjoy watching. But yeah, you know, I don't know. I watch boxing every single day, and yeah, can't get enough of the sport.
Well, listen, best of luck for the rest of your time in Las Vegas. Look forward to seeing you both perform on the 23rd. Is there anything you'd like to add in your fans in Australia and also America, UK, around the world?
Oh, just thank you so much to everyone for the support from back home and around the world. Since we've been over here, we've been getting so many messages of support and wishing us good luck. So thank you so much to everyone, and we hope you all tune in on the 23rd and 25th and support us in our top ranked debuts. All
right, Andrew and Jason, thank you very much for talking to IFL TV, and yeah, best of luck for the coming weeks.
Thanks very much.
Thanks, Emma. Thanks for having us on, mate.
No worries, anytime.